Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy the Goldilocks Productions presentation of the In the Psychic Flow Show with Carolan Carey.
Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? We are speaking to you from beautiful Sarasota, Florida, the jewel on the Gulf Coast. We are having a lovely evening, nice and brisk. It's about 60, which feels wonderful. We have a very exciting show. You have me tonight. How exciting. And a mysterious guest, Walter, my doorkeeper, and Marley, who is my American Bulldog, who is my third husband. So these are the guests this evening. I hope that you will call in and ask us some questions. Otherwise, I have to keep talking, so please call in. I wanted to tell you a few things. We have some very exciting plans for the new year. We have access to video on this new network that we are on, freeconferencecall.com. And if you are on the URL or the wall or YouTube, please hop on to the phone number if you would like to give a call in and get a reading tonight. Let me get that number for you. Just a second. I just had it, and I will get it for you. Please give me a call because I'm doing some mini readings tonight and some psychic impressions and maybe some beautiful things from Walter, who knows. The number is area code 206-806-9965, so please give us a call. I'd love to hear from you. Even if you don't want a reading, you just want to chat, you want to speak to someone who's departed in spirit, or if you have a psychic or a mediumship kind of question or a question about the other side or just want to say Merry Christmas, love to hear from you. I hope we have some callers. I will check with Tiffany. Otherwise, I just wanted to let you know we might try some video things in the future. And we have some very exciting guests coming up. We usually have Psychic Joanne Leo once a month, and we've had Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer. That was a lot of fun. He was a great guy. Fabulous show he did at the Sarasota Center of Light. It was wonderful. He did the Mystical Magi presentation, which was wonderful, all about when Jesus was born, the constellation, the political climate at the time, what was going on, what happened, who were the three wise men, all of these things. It was just absolutely phenomenal. And then the following evening, he did an evening with Spirit, which was, I somehow managed to get a reading. I don't know how. I wasn't even in the building, actually. I was outside with somebody. And it was a fabulous reading, very touching, with really unusual presentation of a message, which was wonderful, and I feel very grateful to him for that. Let me see. We do have a caller. Our first caller is 561, so let's bring that person on and see what they have to say. I'd love talking to you. 561, you there, please?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Who's this?
My name is Jolie.
Okay.
So I'm a first-time caller.
Okay. And it's Jolie, like in Angelina?
Yeah, Elena.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. Well, how can we help you tonight?
Well, I wasn't sure what kind of question to ask, so then I just thought maybe I could see if there was any message from Spirit for me today, please.
Okay. Let's see what we got. I have an older gentleman, and he is presenting himself to me with a vest on, like a plaid vest. Mm-hmm. This feels like a grandfather, uncle-y kind of feeling. I feel more like grandfather, and I feel I want to say to you something about, he's saying something like, all the riches are yours, everything that you're dreaming of. Let me back up a moment and say, would you understand a gentleman that's a little stockier, that's past gray hair, grandfather, maybe wearing a vest? He's presenting himself in a vest to me, like a suit jacket, like a tweed jacket with a vest.
Yeah, that almost sounds like my dad.
Oh, okay. I could have had this wrong. Okay, let me ask him. He talks about peppermint as well, so I don't know if he liked Christmas or that happens to be something he kept in his pocket. But I think he's trying to present like a peppermint, like a candy cane to you. He says the word peppermint. And I believe he is saying, did he call you princess or something? Because he's presenting a crown here. So I don't know what the crown...
It could be. Something that's interesting because I had like a grandfather I didn't know very long, and he was kind of my dad's adopted father, and he kind of was calling me names like that, princess, and other things like that.
Oh, okay. So that's who we have. Let me see if we have Dad. Your dad has passed?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what Dad has to say. I have a younger version of a man. I think your grandfather was saying, or his adopted father, was saying to you, was bringing them in. Sometimes I get like 4 or 5 people around a person, and the strongest one will come in and do the introductions, like the ringleader, and then I'll start getting things from the others. So I think this grandfather figure for you and your father are here together. Let me see what Dad has to say. I feel like a suddenness with him, and I'm talking about someone had chest pain or someone is the words that I'm getting is I'm clutching my chest. Would you understand that?
Yes, exactly. Okay. That's how we passed. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so we got him. Okay, great. I'm sorry for his passing. He's sorry for his passing because he feels that he lost a lot. He missed a lot with you. But I am always there with you in spirit. I have my arm around you as we speak. All the riches are yours. You had a lot of dreams and plans, and a few things got in the way, he's saying to me. So pick up where you left off. I think a few things you may have voluntarily took on, and some things feel like they were dumped on you. Would that be correct? Like a breakup or a mail or something. And you know what? You're going to find you're right in a fog. I feel like you're walking through a fog situation, but this is going to clear. 2020 is the impression that I'm getting is a much better year. I feel education-wise, financially. I'm also getting a female in spirit, which could be a grandmother person who's showing me some nice shoes. I asked them to show me something, like dress-wise, like what's going to happen with this young lady. And I get a very sexy pair of shoes coming on here. So I feel like you're going to get your groove back. If you put it on the back shelf, take it out, dust it off, and start using it, okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I feel there's a delightful, and I get the word global, so I get a delightful, cultured feeling of a gentleman that's a possibility. There are a lot of, your father is saying you're a beautiful woman. There's a lot of romantic possibilities for you. But you have to get out of your fog, and please do that because you have so much to offer. He said one of my regrets was that I had to leave too soon, and that was not his choice, of course. This was a sudden thing that happened. Maybe he could have prevented it. He says, I don't know. But, it was my time, I guess, and I have learned a lot over here. And he said, my one regret is I left too soon. The second one, do you have a brother?
Yes, I have 2 brothers.
Okay, I want to say hello to your brothers. And I want to say also, he is saying, I wish I could have been there for some things, but I want to let you know you have 125% of my support now, and you always will. I'm always there. You may not recognize that, but I am always there. Do you ever smell peppermint? I keep getting that. I don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm. Not so much that, but more like cigarette smoke. He used to be a smoker.
Oh, cigarette smoke. Okay. Maybe he had, I don't know why the peppermint's coming through. Maybe that's a smell for you for Christmas. Did he enjoy Christmas?
He did. He really did.
Okay. I think that, and I'm missing Christmas. Like, I want to say to you, I miss Christmas, but I have a good life here. And your mother is still in the living?
You could say that, yeah.
Okay. Is she ill?
I think she has like dementia or something like that going on.
So she's got 1 foot here and 1 foot over there, I would say.
That's what I think.
In their younger days, there was some dancing going on with them. Did you understand that during their courtship?
That seems to be something on my mother's side. Her parents used to love to do the polka. They're from the old school, and that was a big thing with them.
Okay, because I have a feeling that there was some dancing there, and I think that's something she enjoyed. So your father is saying that once she joins, it's not her time yet, maybe, but I will always keep a space here for her for when she is ready. Let me turn this volume down so every time my producer sends me a message, I don't get that sound. That there is a place for her there, and there's a lot of dancing going on that side. So I just want to let you know that. But he's look for the smell of peppermint, because that is coming from spirit. If you see a candle or something while you're at Christmas shopping, it might lighten your mood, or it might remind you of something. Okay.
Awesome.
I don't know how old you were when he passed, but I'm seeing a memory that he is sharing, walking down a street, hand in hand. Would you remember that as a child, walking down a street with your father at about Christmas time, looking in the windows?
Chances are, because I was the oldest, so I had more time with him.
Okay. I feel as if, and I feel like Tonka trucks or something for your brother, something with trucks for your brothers. I think your father enjoyed putting together bicycles and toys and things like that for Christmas, and he misses that when you were little. So he is talking about that. So I just want to let you know, a lot of love, and 2020 is going to be a lot better. So, don't forget to dust off your dancing shoes and give yourself a break, okay? I know you're the oldest, but you're also a beautiful woman, and don't let that go by, okay?
I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for calling in. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. Hi, our next caller is 863. Are you there, please?
Hi.
Hi, it's Carolan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
This is Julia from Florida.
Julia, how are you? What's going on today?
Well, I just, was hoping for any insights you might have for me around, the new year, kind of something to look forward to, or any good things coming my way.
Marley, stop. I want to talk about a sister. Why do I want to talk about a sister with you?
I don't have a sister, but I had an aunt who was like a sister, and she's passed over.
Oh, okay, good. Let's see, not the good that she passed over, but good that I have that feeling. She is, I'm getting a delightful person that presents herself younger than her years. Would that make sense to you? She's younger in attitude and younger in looks. Of course, she would go back to her prime in life, what she looked like in her prime in heaven. You get to pick what you look like. Would that make sense to you? I feel like a younger, like if I looked at her, I wouldn't get her age. She looked younger. She looks younger to me than her actual age. Would that make sense to you, this lady?
Yeah, when she was younger, it was that way, yes.
Okay. And still a young heart. I feel like a love of life and fun. She said we traded secrets. Would you understand that? That you traded secrets with her?
It doesn't come to mind, but I'll keep it in mind.
I'm getting like trading secrets or trade secrets. So I don't know if she gave you trade secrets, like from whatever she worked in, or if you traded secrets. If that doesn't make any sense to you, I'll let it go. Could be for somebody else. I see a lot of ribbon with her. Like, I don't know if she enjoyed wrapping things or she gave you a gift wrapped with a bow on it. because she's presenting a gift with a bow on it. And I want to say something about your birthday as well.
Yeah, our birthdays were in the same month.
Okay.
She was September 7th, and I'm September 16th.
Okay. So maybe that's what she's saying. So that you share the same birthday. The gift has a beautiful bow on it, so I think she took pride in that. And I just feel like a closeness I want to let you know. She's also saying, I don't know if this makes any sense to you. I have somebody saying Hail Marys. Would you understand somebody that of the Catholic faith on the other side?
Her husband was Catholic. They were like the kind of Catholics that were Catholic, but not really. They showed up like for Christmas
Catholic.
Mass.
Yeah, totally. Pick and choose. Yes, totally. That's the only way you survive Catholicism. Exactly. I'm getting Hail Mary from him, so I think she wants to say he is with me as well, wishing you the best.
Nice.
She also speaks about, I feel as if, is there something with her foot or something with your foot? Did you have an injury or did she have something with her foot?
It might have been her foot, but I wasn't aware of it.
Oh, okay. She's talking about a foot here. And I also, something about an ankle, so she might have had a fracture or something. She also says pneumonia for someone, so I don't know if that was for her or for her husband. But she talks about passing from something like that, from pneumonia, an illness, or the end of life, type of pneumonia. Is there a disability somewhere? She's talking about disability. Does somebody have a disability?
Not that comes to mind.
Okay, think about that. I don't know what that means, but she's talking about, she's showing me Christmas stuff, Christmas boughs, and the numbers 2020, very large and gold. So this seems to be a better year for you. It seems like there's been a bit of a hodgepodge, I want to say, of events, like good, bad, not so great for 2019. Would you be able to relate to that for yourself? Like a mixed bag of tricks here. Okay. She wants to let you know that they're doing their best to smooth a path for you. Like this is going to be a little smoother run 2020. Are you more looking at retirement or looking at more time for yourself or developing yourself?
Well, I'm feeling like I need to try to work some more, seek employment. I'm really, concerned about getting older and financial, having enough finances to carry me through life, and it's a concern for me.
Do you have any retail? Do you do any retail work?
I did a long time ago for a short period of time.
There's things that I guess why she's referring to that, she's not suggesting that again for you, but you've learned customer relations, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's always, that's a golden key right there. No matter what field you're in, it's not one I'm particularly good at, but I've realized the benefit of it now, of course, but when you're under the gun, you feel like killing everybody. You just don't want to answer the phone anymore. But I do feel there's some kind of phone contact and some kind of customer service or relation for a job coming up. And it seems like, I want to say it's like, it could be for a retail store. It doesn't mean that you're going to be a cashier, but it could be like billing or customer service. I feel like a big chain, like I'm seeing something like Home Depot for some reason. I don't know why I'm getting that. So keep a lookout for the oddball kind of situation, all right? Something that you normally wouldn't think, because they're looking for someone who has a knowledge base like you. And I think that what I'm getting from her is no matter where you go, no matter what they throw at you, you can handle it. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you're mature enough to be able to handle things and not let people get under your skin. So that's a wonderful quality. And there may be something with a huge, like a place that's part-time, or could be off hours, could be weekends, could be something like that. So I would keep an eye out for something like that. 2020 is definitely better for you. A little bit more financial dollars. But the secret really is the happiness factor. Being around people, again, because you have a tendency to isolate, and you really shouldn't be doing that because it's not good for your mental. Okay, I don't really care for people. I know that sounds weird, but when I do a show or I do a platform or I do readings, I enjoy the engagement, and when that is done, I'm tired. I'm peopled out, But I think you get more energized by it, so I think that's why she's recommending that for you. Is there any other particular question that you have?
Well, I'm still looking to possibly relocate over to the Gulf side there.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm.
Clearwater, maybe. But I guess there's a little bit of residual fear, with the finances. I'm afraid of, what if I move over there and things go sideways and, the expense of it. But I feel like I need to make some changes in my life to kind of get my groove back, to get some quality of life instead of quantity of life. So I
would look at the jobs over here first. Go online and look at the jobs first. I mean, it's the same. I like this coast better, but that's just me. I would say the pricing is probably the same. I would suggest to visit water and maybe take a visit and go look around. If you can get online, look online first and see before you make the move. Let's see if you have a little, if you can get something over there first. But I do feel for sure that 2020 is a lot better because your attitude has changed. You can't live in fear. Single women are always against the wall with the money. I mean, that's just life. I think we're the part of the poverty chain, and we have to change that by looking at the enrichment of our life. It's really not that much about money. We want to be able to pay the bills, but it's really about the enrichment of our life, culturally, educational-wise, job-wise, enjoying ourselves. We are allowed to enjoy ourselves, and I think we've forgotten that. So please take that into consideration, and I wish you a lot of luck. I think you are going to find something, but I would check it out before you make the leap, okay? Sometimes you have to bloom where you're planted, and that's okay too. But if you need to get away from memories and get a new start, I would check it out first. And I don't blame you.
Okay.
I don't blame you at all. So a lot of luck to you, honey. Julia, you're going to do great.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a Merry Christmas.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Area code 954, are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. How are you?
I'm good. I have a question. I'm looking. Anything you can tell me about my current career, my current job.
I get the number 3. Are there 3 people surrounding you? Are there 3 things about the job?
There's 3 things that surround me to do my job on a daily basis. There's 3 compartments.
Okay.
That I work with.
Why do I see nursing?
Oh, God, no. I don't know why.
Did you have somebody in the family that was in nursing?
We have several people. We have a nurse, and we have a doctor in the family.
Oh, okay. So the medical field is definitely within your family. Okay.
Right.
The 3 components. Okay. Okay, I do get the word promotion. But this is going to take a little activity on your part to do that. Are you looking to transfer, to promote, to go sideways?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'll tell you what I do. I'm a mail carrier.
Oh, okay.
And the three components or three walls that surround me that I sort mail into. And I have to wait a period of time to transfer to another position.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do something different within the post office.
Gotcha.
When I can transfer.
Have you been there 6 months, or do you have to wait 6 months?
I have to wait a year, and I've been there 31 days.
Oh, okay. I get this 6 months looks like, all right, so at least you got a certain time frame. At least 6 months you may hear of something. So you know what I always get, and it's tough to hear, bide your time. Okay. I feel that there is something there that is more specialized than, and I'm not putting it down at all because I know it's a good, solid job. It's not a carrier. It's more like, do I want to say, I'm still serving the public in a capacity, but the word that I'm getting is an overseeing. So it could be like, the person that opens, the oversee, the person that deals with the public at the desk. It could be, it's more stationary. Would that make sense to you?
Makes sense.
All right.
There's a lot of options that'll come up.
Okay. So 6 months from now would be what, June? Yeah, so it's starting January. So June, I would say by September, you're making a move. June, you might hear about it. April, May, June, you may hear about this situation. They're a little slow in the post office about paperwork and stuff. So be ready to get your stuff in, okay? Be ready to rock and roll. Keep your ear to the ground. Look at all the notices. Look on the websites. And is there to another facility? I almost get like a facility, a bigger facility.
It's possible.
Okay. So I would keep an eye out for that. Don't let a little distance stop you because I think it's more rewarding. And this is just the beginning. You know what I like about it is there's a security with it, with the post office. So there's a security there, and the money's decent. So, I feel more. You're going to feel comfortable, and by then you'll know the ins and outs of it. But I feel as if you've taken a crash course already. You're taking a crash course in. I keep getting insurance. Like certified insurance, that kind of stuff. So you may be helping people with that kind of thing. A lot of foreign mail, like foreign overseas stuff. So I don't know if there's a position that just deals with that kind of thing, but there's a lot of that there. And I think the facility that you're looking at is bigger, okay?
Mm-hmm. And there is one, and it is a little distance, but like you said, don't let distance stop you.
Don't let distance stop you, and keep your eye open. And I feel as though you're going to be recommended for that as well. I don't think you're going to have any problem getting recommendations for that position. So just keep your nose clean, keep your ear to the ground, keep going. It is what you're in is only temporary. It's not forever, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Why?
Is he thinking of moving up as well? Or doing something on his own?
No, my husband's disabled.
Oh, you're the disabled person. Okay, I was just going to say that. I was telling our last caller, I keep getting disabled. Is his mother passed?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Who's passed for him? Who is a female that's passed for him? Or is it do you have a female that's passed? There'll be motherly,
my
grandmotherly.
No, my grandmothers have been gone for a long time.
Oh, okay. Because someone was telling me that he was disabled. Okay. That somebody was disabled, and I was trying to figure out who it was, and I guess it belongs to you. I want to talk about strengthening for him, so I feel like strengthening. But I feel like now I understand where you're coming from, why you're like, I have to get a better job. This is going to happen for you. Okay. And, just enjoy every moment that you have. And I feel, even though he's disabled, his mind is going. I don't know what kind of disability it has, but there's particularly at Christmas, there's something about Christmas. with him. So,
no.
Was this an accident that happened to him?
No, he had a brain aneurysm.
Okay, so not like a car accident, but something that went crazed. Okay.
Yeah. His mind's going at times. We see it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So that's what I'm kind of. This woman in spirit is kind of telling me. This must be a grandparent for you.
Maybe it's his grandma.
Do you have a Rose or an R in the family? A Rosemary, a Rose? Okay.
Yes.
I just want to say that's just verification that that's the message from Spirit. So look forward to 2020. Just bide your time, dear, because it's gonna open up for you. Okay.
Okay. Anything from my son who passed away December of last year?
Is this accidental?
Yeah, I know.
Is it accidental?
Yeah, it was a fentanyl overdose.
Okay.
No, it wasn't meant to be.
Yes, it definitely wasn't on purpose. His passing came as a shock to him, too.
Oh, I know.
And I want to say to you, I am okay. So he must be surrounded by females in spirit there, came to get him. He has a friend over there as well.
Good.
Someone he knew, okay? So I want to say that to you. He shows me a big giraffe like you would see at Toys R Us. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
But I want to let you know that I am comfortable and happy on the other side. I am in heaven. He has people working with him. So he said if I could say anything is like, don't do it. You know, it was stupidity, and he owns that stupidity.
Yes, I know.
And apologizes for that because he realizes he needed help with that.
Yes.
I am there in spirit, and I will be there Christmas Eve. I don't know if Christmas Eve is special, but I will be there Christmas Eve. Does that mean anything to you?
Yep.
Okay, good. So I'm going to leave you with that message. God bless you, and I hope 2020 is better for you. God bless you, honey.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
You're welcome, dear. Our next caller is area code 954. Are you there, please? Hello? Oop, I might have read that person already. Let's see. You just took that one. Oh, okay. Just. Okay, don't forget to call us, people, if you're on the fence. If I have any listeners that are looking for a reading, let's see who's going on in the chat room. If anybody is there in the chat room. And our number is 206-806-9965. So nice to be able to do readings this evening. I just love that. In between, I asked a few people to give a call in, so I'm going to ask my producer if she sees anybody. Let me know if she sees anybody's phone number come up. I just wanted to talk a minute about my spirit guide, Walter. He is not the only spirit guide that I have. I do have. I was trained in philosophy that we have a team of spirit guides. Walter is my doorkeeper, and he helps to line up the interviews that he helps me interview people in spirit. That let me put it that way. He's my spirit connection. He is the one that people approach, and he kind of vets them a little bit, so I don't, so that we have an understanding of what they want to present, what they want to say. If it wasn't for Walter, I don't think I'd be doing this work, and I discovered him several years ago. I didn't know anything about doorkeepers or any of this. I was new to mediumship. This was about 12 years ago. And we were taught in the philosophy that we have different spirit guides, and as a medium, you have your doorkeeper is usually the strongest. And I was working as a medium or training as a medium, and I took the opportunity to get to know him. It was a lady in England. It was from one of my teachers, Reverend Tom Newman and Reverend Tim Dudley at the time at the Sarasota Center of Light, which was the Shrine of the Master at the time. And I was training there. I got excellent training in all sorts of stuff. And there was a lady, a friend of Tim's, that was a trance medium. in England. Now, I don't know if she's still alive, but her name was Florence. She couldn't draw a stick figure, but when she went into trance, she was able to draw your spirit guides. And so I immediately got her address from Tim and sent her a sample of my handwriting, a picture of myself, just me in the picture, and I asked for my doorkeeper. And about 3 weeks later, and this is about Christmas time, this envelope came to the post office where I had my mailbox, and I ran in and got it. I was in the parking lot of the post office, and I rip open this envelope, and there is this picture of this gray-haired gentleman with these piercing blue eyes looking back at me, and I'm like, who the hell is this? You know, this beautiful letter that says, this is Walter Henderson. This is your guy, your doorkeeper. He's been with you since you were born. Sends you a yellow rose. Can't wait to work in healing and other things with you. Delightful. He's more has a philosophy, is educated in philosophy and a few other things. It was lovely. So I didn't initially connect with him, and now I can't imagine being without him. So he's British. He was I was able to find his obituary, believe it or not. I worked with him for 3 or 4 years before I did this, and it suddenly occurred to me I needed more information about Walter. So I took advantage of the fact. I took him for granted, actually, when it first started working so well between us. It took a few weeks for it to gel. But things would come in on the right side of my brain, and they would be, and it was vocabulary that I did not use, so I knew it wasn't me, and I knew I wasn't making it up. And I know I'm too old for an invisible friend, so I knew this was a spirit guide, okay? So I started to trust what he was telling me, and he was very good with me, but he has a remarkable dry wit, and I asked him, and he's very succinct when he speaks, and I said to him, give me some information about you. I didn't know he was British. I didn't know what he was. So he gave me 2 clues. One was 1944, and the other clue was published. So I went on the internet, and I started looking for Walter Henderson, and I found a Walter Henderson who published as W.E.B. Henderson, and first name Walter, died in 1944, who was a solicitor for the Ministry of Labor in England, and he was also in the 2 Olympics, 1908, 1912. Beautiful obituary written that had everything. He attended Trinity College in Dublin. Very educated and just a wonderful all-round guy, and he has a great approach about life, so he's been beneficial to me tremendously. So he talks to your spirit loved ones, and he helps me organize this. I don't do anything, actually. I just show up, and he organizes in the background, and he has been a tremendous help. So I like to talk about him when I have a few moments empty that to fill, because I think he deserves the attention and the credit for helping me so much. My producer is asking me, I asked my co-hosts on Goldilocks Productions to call in if they would like a message tonight, so I haven't heard from them, but I have heard from Tiffany. So what does that tell you? I guess they don't want to call in on my show. Tiffany would like a message from Spirit. If you have one, I would love it. Okay. I'll have to find out who's in the chat room, too. You know, Tiffany, I feel as if, I'm not sure whose grandmother this is, yours or your husband's. I have somebody who's, I feel very kitchen-like, apron, baking, flour, all kinds of stuff going on. There's a roast in the oven. They're just, I feel like I'm pulling a turkey out of the oven, and that this is a no-nonsense kind of approach. And I feel a northern climate around this lady. I'm hoping this is your grandmother, so I'm hoping she's going to give me some, where'd she go? Oh, here she is. give me some insight here before I keep going. This is a lovely lady who's a no-nonsense, practical. Yes, mine or husband's. Okay. I feel as if I have love for both of you, so I feel this is your husband's. I'm going to go with your husband's mom or grandmother. She's talking about rhubarb, so I don't know if that's a clue to one of you. I feel like there was, a garden. This is somebody who, this is not a city slicker type of person. This is a country, somebody who's familiar with the country, who grew vegetables, knows the land kind of thing, baked, jarred, pickled, all kinds of stuff. So I hope someone can relate to that. The message that I'm getting, here she's starting to tape here. Let's see what she has to say, what Tiffany is saying. It's Tiffany Michelle White. Her husband does all of that. He's the farmer. Oh, okay. So this is definitely Tiffany Michelle White's husband's family talking about what he does, which he is the farmer, he is the gardener, he's the cooker, I guess, or the chef here in the kitchen doing all the domestic meal preparation and things. That's interesting. Good for you. At work, he is an engineer. At home, he is the cook and farmer. Okay. And he can. So he pickles things. He puts stuff in jars. Okay, got it. Great. Thank you for that feedback. That's tremendous. Is his mother passed? Yes. Okay. So she is coming through. You know that ribbon candy? What's that say? Oh, she died. She passed away 12 hours after giving birth to him. Oh, that is so sad. Do you know that ribbon candy? You know what I'm talking about? You see it at Christmas time? Okay. That is for him. And all the things that she said she missed in real life, in earthly life, she really didn't miss because she has never lost sight of him. So I want to let him know. He did have a mother figure. Oh, his grandmother, we call Nana, had that candy in a dish. Okay, good. Yeah, that's a beautiful candy, isn't it? You don't see that too often, ribbon candy. His mother and Nana, she says, yes, his mother, Janet, visits us a lot. So she is presenting that candy just as evidence. She's saying even though she was not part of his earthly life, she has never lost sight of him or love for him or touch with him. So you just confirmed that his mother does, Janet visits a lot. Good. I'm very glad to hear that. She's delightful, and she's got, what's interesting for her, which she sends to you, Tiffany, is this like little fairy winged thing, like a wood sprite or a wood nymph or something. I think this is for you, and it's like an elemental. I think you would understand that. Oh, she said Tiffany says, she loves the fairies. One of the reasons Tiffany married her husband is because his mother is so amazing and she comes to me a lot. Oh, and she loves the fairies. Good. I'm glad that you can take that evidence. Now, aren't the other co-hosts going to be jealous that they didn't call in, Tiffany? Aren't they? I was going to give them a little Christmas present. Like, Jimmy Mack, Laura Romero, Melissa Parks, but no, they're not getting it. Oh, well, I'm kidding. Love to them anyway, and Merry Christmas to them. Your mother-in-law in spirit, your husband's mom that passed, yeah, they miss out. You're right, they did miss out. Joanne Leo, I told her to call in, Psychic Joanne Leo. She's like one of us. Kelly Jo Monahan, told her to call in. Of course, I only sent an email out yesterday, and I can't talk because I'm like a week and a half behind in my emails. Your family in spirit, and is your father passed, Tiffany? Yes. Okay, so your father stands here. Both of them. Yeah, two fathers? Biological and adopted. Okay. Let me say to you, your biological father did not give you up. It's not because he didn't want you. So he is saying that, and I'm showing a man dressed in a suit. Goes back. You're probably a little bit younger than me, but this goes back. It looks like the 40s, 50s. Him in his younger days, not that you were born in the 40s or 50s, but that in his younger days, you have a picture of him in a suit. Wonderful. I love when I get validation. It wasn't a lack of love. So, and I also don't feel it was in his control either. So I want to say that to you. He feels that you were raised better than he could have done. So I want to say that to you. He feels that your adopted father did a better job than he could have done. That's the way he's looking at it. I hope that was the case. So please let me know if that was the case. I certainly hope so. He told me that before he crossed over. Okay, good. So you did me. Yes, spot on. Okay, good. Great. Thank you, Tiffany, for taking that. Your adopted father this is funny, gives a big circle around you, big circle, and I want to say ring around the rosy, or a ring of flowers for you, or a ring of, I don't know if you ever were one of those, you know how people braid daisies in a chain and put them on their head? That's how I picture you. That's just how I'm picturing this. Like a wreath, you know what I'm saying? Like a flower child kind of look. You're probably not you're not old enough to be a flower child. Like the hippies used to wear. Let me see what she's saying. That's what he sends to you. And yes, I did that in our yard, pick flowers and put them in your hair. Okay, great. Thank you. That's what your adopted father is saying. And I also want to talk about, I'm seeing an old toy truck or some older antique toys or something like that. So I don't know if that was in your area, if that was in your life, or if it was nearby, or if it was somebody's in the attic, blah, blah, blah. But I'm seeing like this old truck. I think it's a toy. And so he sends that, or if he had a truck. But he said, you were my gift. You were a gift. And I enjoyed every moment of that. And I also feel as if that means so much to you. Good. Did he cut his spaghetti? Did he cut spaghetti, or did he teach you? You know how you're not supposed to cut spaghetti. You're supposed to wind it around. We use your fork and wind it around. He's talking about cutting spaghetti. Good. I'm glad you can take that, because that's exactly what, fork and knife. Yes, he would do that. A fork and a knife, and he'd cut the spaghetti. But he wasn't a twirler in the spoon, and I got to say, I do that too. So I'm really glad. I guess that means we're really not Italian, because we don't eat it properly. We don't eat it in the right way. If I try doing it in a spoon, I end up with a big wad of spaghetti hanging out of my mouth. It just doesn't look attractive. So, and he put sugar in the sauce. Yes, sometimes you have to put a little sugar in that tomato sauce because it can be a little bigger. Not Italian at all. Yeah, it can be a little bitter if you don't add the sauce. Good job. Good job. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you could take all that. It's my pleasure to give you these messages from your loved ones in spirit. My website is carolancarey.com, CarolanCarey is the last name.com. And I really hope you will check it out and consider me your spirit connection. You are welcome, Tiffany. It's my pleasure. You are so good and patient with us. You are the best producer in the world, and we're going to have an amazing 2020. You have amazing spirit people around you, and I think that makes life so. When you're into the spirit world, when you understand how the spirit world works and how beautiful and amazing it is, and how wondrous it is, and how willing the spirit world is to share with us insights and wisdom and what's going on, it's just fabulous to be able to tap into that knowledge and have them share with us so unselfishly. It's beautiful, and they consider that part of their education on the other side. And just to know, I hope that it brings you some peace to know, like that lady whose son passed from an accidental overdose. There was a lot of that going on, the fentanyl overdose, which killed people. I mean, we've lost a lot of young people to that. I hope that is a message for our young people, and I hope for any people who do that. I hope that is a message from Spirit for them. That is not the answer. This young man in particular was not looking to run away. It was just something people did, and it was a goofball decision. He said it was stupid, and that's what happened. And he lost his life. And he has a lot to share from the other side, talking about other people that have crossed over in that similar situation. He is a guide for those people, helps them. A lot of people are working with animals on the other side. They work with children that have passed from abuse or trauma. They work with other people. There's veterans working with other veterans that passed. It's such an interesting place, heaven, which has so many layers and so many spheres and so many, as was quoted, my Father has many mansions. There are many mansions provided for us on the other side. So heaven is not what we've always been taught. It is more than that, and is a beautiful place. And I am so grateful to be able to be a spirit connection to many people. Thank you to my clients, and Merry Christmas to you for allowing me to contact your loved ones on the other side. It's my pleasure, and to do that, and it's my sole purpose. So I'm very grateful to you for allowing me to do that for you. I learn a lot from Spirit. I've learned how to be a better person. I've learned to try to live with less regrets. I've learned to try to let things go, because it's so meaningless to harbor a hate or a grudge or unpleasantness towards someone else. It really doesn't. When you cross on the other side, that's not there. That doesn't exist. That's part of your transformation and your transcendence. This is part of your education on the other side. It no longer matters. None of this matters. So they bring this to us, hoping and wishing us peace on earth. Do I have any holiday specials? Probably. I will probably be doing a special booking 2 readings if you and a friend. Yes, mediumship readings do make great gifts. I did a special last year, and I'll probably do one this year. So if you book 2 readings, there'll be a price deal on that, whether in person or on the phone. You can visit me in Sarasota. You can make an appointment with me for an in-person in Sarasota or on the phone. I have international clients, Brazil, Canada, Vietnam. Thank you, Laura Romero and her mom and family and her husband, Marcelo, for the Brazilian connection. I really enjoy speaking. The Spirit knows no bounds, and they have no language problem. So we don't have that issue. It's more of a telepathy kind of feeling, and it's universal. So I really enjoy speaking with your family. No matter what the situation is, we can generally make some kind of contact here and let you know that they are at peace, they are okay, they have messages for you, they are aware of what's going on in your life. They will share some evidence of who they are, shared memories, what they did, what they were like, what they were wearing, what they passed from, memories as a child, or things that you did together, if you fished or you were sledding or skiing or whatever it was that you did together. Those memories come forward. Your loved ones never die. They are on the other side and in contact with you. So if you'd like to book a reading, that would be great. It makes a great gift for someone, which I just put on my website. And so I would love to be able to share that with you. 2020, we're going to have some exciting guests and a little bit more personal readings, I hope. And I think we're going to do some video, I hope. which means I have to get dressed for that appointment. But so don't worry, Tiffany, I won't show up in my pajamas, at least not the pajama tops anyway. So I hope that you will stay with Goldilocks Productions, because we're just having a wonderful time. We have a whole new platform, freeconferencecall.com, and you can check out Goldilocks Productions on there. We have several shows that they're with. Not my pajamas don't look very nice and classy. I look more like I'm trying to say, I was going to say Goodwill, but I don't want to say that because you find a lot of good things in Goodwill. I'd like to present some interesting conversation, answer your questions about the spirit world, have some interesting paranormal explorers and spirit mediums, and talk about the other side, the science that is coming into it now, science and spirituality blending. Very interesting, and this is the way to move forward. So I just want to let you know that. If you would like to call our show after the New Year, pardon me, the number is 206-806-9965.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments, then head over to Goldilocks Productions' YouTube channel.
With over 950 archive shows, the fun doesn't have to end.